Welcome back everybody, thanks for watching again. This is a second part of me billboard part 3 in 1. I've painted it, put stickers on and trimmed them with the trims. That's the billboard, and now I'm just going to do the lights, sort the lighting out for it. I'm going to do blue flashing lights for it, just something a bit different in the just something a little bit different really, so it should look alright when it's all done. I've just made up one LED. Just made up one LED now. We've got one 5mm LED blue flashing, one 510 ohm resistor, and then red and black wires, 22 AWG thickness of the wiring. That is how LED comes with two long legs on it. So your long legs, your positive, long legs positive, short legs negative, and then as you can see, the left hand side is a long leg with a resistor in. I've cut the leg down, soldered resistor in, soldered wire on, and then done the soldered black wires on. So when this is on billboard like this, I'm going to be able to bend it round and show it lit up. So I'm just going to put some heat shrink on these so they don't short together. I can't remember what on the friggin' heat shrink. Right, I found some heat shrink, so I'll just test this up now. I've heat shrunk that, I can test it up and make sure it's alright to see what I want. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, to be fair. I'll wire them all in parallel again, how I always wire them up. So hopefully it's not going to be too crazy. As you see, that's not too bad. Flashing blue. I don't know if you can see that on that. You can see that on there. So when it's when that's in place, that should be quite good. You just buy these as I get all my electric parts from component shop. Now there will be these other electrical retailers for all your parts and bits and bobs, which I use component shop. So I've put another piece of heat shrink tubing on. Pete from Chapman's TV wanted me to do a video of what resistors you need and what you need to get from 12 volts. Because my system's all 12 volt 5 amp, my electrical system, that's what it is. I use 510 watt resistors, and I've got 470 watt resistors as well. 470 ohm, sorry, ohms not watts. 470 ohm resistors. There is things to research yourself. Just shrinking this heat shrink tubing off. Yeah, you can, with the resistors, you have different wattage, different ohms resistors for different voltages. I use, like I say, I use 5, 10 and 470s. When map pins used to be around, I got an absolute shed load of them, all on sale from them, from map pins. So that's why I use 510s more now, because I've got loads and loads and loads of them. Right, so that's heat shrink tubing shrunk down to the LEDs. So I just need to drill my wires, drill my holes and put my LED through. I need to make a shade, a light shade as well. That's my light shades are ones that Boom makes from Boom Slotcar Garage, or Garage, or however you want to pronounce it. He did did a video years ago how to do them, and I've done them that way ever since. I think it's a really cost effective, really simple way of making them. That's it really. I was going to make some of them up, I'll be back in a sec. I've just drilled my holes from the LED, made my lamp shade up. Just dropped my holes through, my wires through my holes. Using a 2.5mm drill bit for my cabling. Just pull them through. So that's roughly there, like so. And I'll just make that one a little bit bigger. So I'll just slot that. I've slotted that now so that I can shove my LED through a little bit. I just want a little bit of glue on the back just to secure it in place. So I'll connect my I'll connect me, that's better. That's now in place. I'll just put my glue gun on. So all I'm going to do, drill all my holes now, and I'll make all my LEDs up, and as I go through I'll show you it working a bit at a time. And then because my layout's already wired up for the because I put the buzz bar, the buzz wires all the way across from because that wiring's already there. All I have to do every time I want to add something, I can just connect it up. I can drill me hole in my baseboard, run my wires down, drop my wires through from what I want to connect up, put a JST connector on, and then that's it. Make it very simple as you can. You don't want your wiring to be. You need your wiring to be really simple and not hard to understand. Don't use multiple colours. Don't use same colours for similar stuff. Always use different. Always use different colour cabling for different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue that back, glue that across there, glue that wiring along there, drop it down that leg, drop it down the back of that leg, and down this upright, and then underneath baseboard, not underneath baseboard, and then I can just use these two wires to connect me other LEDs to. So let's wait for that glue gun to warm up. So my glue gun's hot enough now, so I'll just glue this LED in place. Just so you can just glue that around cables and end. So I'll just let that dry, let that go off. Just this bit of glue here at the top. Just pop a bit of glue on them, on these two cables. Right, that's dry now. Right, so with this second LED, what I'll do is I'll heat shrink that up, and then you can see, and then I'll show you how I'll wire that in. Just using my soldering iron to shrink that cable. I don't want to shrink it too fast because it melts rather than shrinks, and it damages the tubing. Because this is on show, I want it to look alright. So put another one on the red cable, on the red side. You'll notice I'm not soldering, I've only soldered a bit of black cable onto negative on this side. So all you do is just run your soldering iron along it and it shrinks it. Just pulls it down to you can see it just shrinking there. Just take a little bit of time. You just got to be a little bit patient with it. Right, so I'll just see if I can stretch this across this battery, and then you can see it flashing. Oh no, we're not going to go. Oh, here we are. There we go, you can see that flashing. That one works nicely. So to wire this into my billboard, just shove the two holes I just drilled. Right, so move some stuff on the table. Right, so with this now just in on there, what I'll do is you never put your joint, you never do a joint on a cable across from each other. You should always stagger your joints. So what I'll do with this is where that where that resistor wire comes through, I'll bear this back. I'll bear this red wire back there. You just pull the sheathing apart so you've got your bare wire, and very carefully make an hole in your strands with a knife. Put that over your hole, put your wire through like that. Twist your cable up and that'll pin it in position. And then get a bit of waste wood or whatever. Drop a bit of flux on there. Get your soldering iron. Bit of solder on. Bit of solder on your iron. Just fetch me wire up a little bit. And then just tin it. That's it soldered. So now that negative wire is a bit longer and it's away from your red joint just there. So I'll get my glue gun, run some glue around it just to keep that in position. Make sure it's not coming from your front, which it isn't. It's roughly the same, out the same length as that one. So for negative wire, get that to so for negative, do the same again. Just bear back your sheathing, but this time wrap that wire around your bared back wire. Like so. Get your bit of flux on, flux your cable. Your flux makes it, cleans it. Your flux cleans your cable when you apply heat to it. And then your solder runs. Your solder runs through all your cable when you touch it. So that's your positive and your negative joined. So now they're joined with a staggered joint. Just glue them ones in place. So there we go. As you can see, those joints are never going to touch. That's glued in position, they're glued in position, and cables are just, they're not tight but not slack, so there's no way they're going to be able to move and touch. Just cut that little tail off there, off the end of that cable, and then that should be your good practice is you connect your positive up first and then your negative up last. Don't matter with this kind of voltage because it's only low volts. Only low volts and no amps. But if you had like a higher voltage, like 12 volts system, you can create a spark by connecting the positive up last. So you connect positive first, then your negative. That way there's no sparking. That's both them two flashing, which you can't see it from there. Both them two flashing. So it's on the last one now. And what I'll do is I'll bend them. I'll bend these round so you can see the face in the billboard sign. What I'll do, I'll just put a bit of glue on these. Bob a bit of glue on this shroud. Right, so my lampshade is it's a screw, a beveled screw top. So you can put a countersunk screw on a flat surface, like a carpenter's type. The carpenter's type carpenters use them. That's glued onto that. That's gluing on there. So when they're painted up, I'll paint them gloss black, and they'll light up that board. Like that look. So I'll do my last LED. You'll not really see how good it is because it's still daylight outside, but when it's dark outside you'll get a proper sensation of how bright it's going to be. So just clamp my LED in vise. Get my resistor. Don't matter which way around, which end you use. They're all. I don't put them all the same way. I put them all different ways, and they all seem to work. So just cut that leg off, a little bit. And then just get roughly a length that you need for that. So I'm cutting positive leg down. Some of my snips I've cut off roughly that much of the positive leg for the resistor to fit in the gap. So same again. Flux resistor just on the end. Solder your iron. Hold that onto your leg. That's gone peaked on. Do that again. I'm just trying to keep your hand. I rest my left hand holding that on bench, push against bench so it keeps your hand steady. And then, because that's in vice, because LED isn't vice, that fits over like so. And then shrink it down. Just eat off the iron or shrink it. You could use a lighter or something else, but I think that'd be too fierce. Does shrink quite good. With iron, you just got to be a little bit patient. And it only shrinks so far, it don't shrink to nothing. It only shrinks so far. And then put a bit of cable on. And I use that pair of snips. They're Snap-on, made by Snap-on tool maker. You can buy other brands of snips, but Snap-on for me at best. Best tools you can buy. I'm a mechanic through a week, so mechanic MOT test for a week. So I buy Snap-on tools. I use other tools as well, but mainly Snap-on stuff. And then re-dip it back into solder, and then you can flux, and then just flux it up. Another piece of heat shrink tubing, and shrink that off. That's that shrunk down. And same again. Backfill holes. So I've done these ones with positive to the left hand side as you look at it. So shove that through that way. Positive to the left. I'll just trim this all out a little bit more. With knife. That just slides in there. So it wants to be roughly the same as the others. So now I've got the same again. Do the same thing again with red wire. Pull your wires across. Black wire to the top. You can bend that one that way a little bit. Get that in position. Open your, just cut your sheathing like that. And then need to make an hole. Make an hole in your strands. Place that over the top. Like that. And twist this side so it twists your strands together. That closes the hole up around the resistor. Yeah, that's about right. So I want to be getting a bit of flux on, a bit of balsa wood. I'm going to get a bit of soldering iron. That tip's all gone off. Just scrape that back. You can solder that. There we go. That's that soldered on there. Do the same with negative. Just got that tail off there. Strip that back. Just split your sheathing like that, like that. You're squeezing just enough just to break sheathing. With this silicone, this is silicone based wire, silicone sheave wire, so you can feel it when you can feel it like pop when your snips go through it. And just wrap that cable around. Like so. Same again. Flux it. Get plenty of flux on it. Like that. And all you do is just touch that on your wire. feed your solder in, and that's that job. That's that fluxed, soldered. Right, so need to put some heat glue around that end again. Right, I've neated my wires up. I'm just soldering my JST connector onto the bottom of my wiring, so then I can plug it onto my layout and onto my main wiring loom. So everything that's there, everything that's on my layout has all got one of these connectors, so that you can take it apart. But if I needed to move layout, I can just disconnect everything and move it, or disconnect everything and make sure it's all nice and safe and on the in trans thingy. So as I was saying before, you never do a soldered joint together in the same net opposite each other. You always stagger them, and I'll show you on here that that's what I've done. So you can see that just shrinking nicely, that tubing. So in black wire, as you can see there, look, that black is further, that's one joint just there, and that's the second joint there. So what I'll do is I'll strip that back. Strip that back to about there. So your hook, you put a hook in that side, then you hook this side. So make sure they're roughly the same length, which they are. So I want to be fluxing that. Always use flux. You get a lot better joint. It solders better. Solder runs in the flux. So you can see I've got that big tail on there from where the wire was too long, so I'll just snip that off. Careful not to snip your main cable. That's that joint. Slide that tubing over, warm it up with iron. See it shrinking down. So that's shrunk nicely around there. And that is one billboard ready to go on. all complete. So I've glued my wiring. My wiring's all glued, all down that back rail and down that side there, like so. So I'll drill my baseboard to drop my wire through, and then I can show you it on. So I'm back, that's it, got it on, all flashing. It's wired up from underneath the baseboard like everything else. You can see wire coming up from underneath top. Just glued it there to the baseboard, and then on those two joints. There again, look, staggered joints so they can't touch. Red to red, black to white. In this case, white's my negative, and red is my positive. And then on this board, I've got to put a plug in there. And on this board, it's red and white. But it's changed from brown and white. Brown being live, white being negative. White's negative all the way through. And that just goes all the way through, like so. And that's it, guys. Another video done. Another billboard made, painted, fitted in a day. Thanks for watching. Keep tuned for the next one. See ya.